It's Katie M. Reed from katiemreed.com, and I have to give my sister-in-law, hi Audie, hey Jen, oh you guys are coming in fast, hey Becca, I missed someone in there, sorry about that. You have my sister-in-law to thank because we were just chatting in the kitchen. She said, don't you have something at 1:30? And it was already 1:38, and I felt like crying because I forgot, but sometimes when I'm in deep conversation that happens. But I'm sorry I'm late. Hey Lauren. Hey, you're brave, Lauren, for sharing this. You have no idea what I'm going to say. That makes me feel good. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. Hey, do you guys ever wear fancy earrings with your workout clothes? Hey, happy Friday to you too. My sister-in-law does that sometimes. Like, she'll come home from church and still have her fancy earrings on, and then she'll change her clothes. And I thought, you know what? I never did that before, but I do now. But anyway, when I saw her doing that, I'm like, you know what? I like that because that's pretty, I like to dress up actually, but lately I like to be comfortable. Thank you, Jen. Hey Rachel, welcome. I had a post on God-Sized Dreams today. Hope you got a chance to read it, and it's called Detours Are Not Dead-End Dreams. That is right, Audie. It makes you feel cute while not looking like a hot mess, or while you look like a hot mess. Yes, I agree. But hubby and I are going to run today when he gets home, and if I don't put my workout clothes on and thank you, Lauren, and sorry, I yell. I just get so excited. I'm probably talking loud. I'll try to calm down. Woo. Anyway, if I don't put my workout clothes on and like wrap my head around that I'm going to exercise, I won't do it. But I did do my hair and makeup for you guys, although sometimes I'm sure I'll come on here with no makeup. But anyways, hope you're having a great Friday. We have our wood fireplace going, so I feel like the pioneer woman again. I am back to tending to the fire during the day when we're at home. And it's pretty nice outside, but our house gets a little bit cold, and so it's nice to have the fire going. But today is day number 9. It's so nice to remember because it's the actual day of the week or the month, so it makes it easy. Day 9 of the Restoration Project, and today we're talking about detours and delays. And sometimes when we take the time to rest, we feel like we're delaying certain things. But you know what? Rest is essential. God modeled that for us with the Sabbath. Jesus modeled that as he got away, as he prayed. But detours are often unexpected and often not our favorites, right? I mean, who loves detours? They usually take longer. Sometimes you have to go down a dirt road, at least out where we live, and they can be frustrating. But what I talked about today is that detours can bring great things. If you went to katiemreed.com before you hopped over to godsizedreams.com, we talked about how Hannah, waited to have a son, and then God brought Samuel. Her delay brought great fruit. Or how Lazarus was in the grave, and Jesus, it seemed like he was delayed coming there, but then he brought restoration when he came. And then Jesus, dead in the grave, and it seemed like it was a dead end, right? But it was just a delay as he rose again. And aren't we so glad he did that? So how about you guys? What in your life has been a detour? Maybe it's been a good detour with some breathtaking scenery. Maybe it's been a really hard detour with lots of potholes and took a long time. I know for us, some of you probably read our story, but when we were waiting to adopt our son, we didn't know when he would come. Hey, Ashley, welcome. We didn't know when he would come. We didn't even know if it was he or she or whatever. And that wait was so hard. It was almost 2 years. And I know some people wait for children much longer than that. But for us, it was super hard. It was up and down and all these delays. And, when you're delayed, sometimes you're like, God, where are you in this? Where's your hand? I can't see the end. I can't see the destination. And so I just want to encourage you, if you are waiting on God for something, don't give up. We got our son a week before we moved up here. We got a call that morning. We got him a couple hours later. And, we were supposed to not change agencies, but change the branch of agency, if that makes sense, that we were supposed to use. But we really felt like our son was where we had been before. And we ended up getting to stay with our agency. And anyway, we're so glad we didn't give up, because our adoption wait was really hard. We actually, you can read, I posted this a couple places, but we actually got a call November of 2012 to come to the hospital to pick up a baby. We got to the hospital. We never even made it past the waiting room because the mom changed her mind, and that was so, so hard. Hey, Tara, welcome. Thanks for your nice comment today on the blog. Appreciate that. So anyway, it was so hard, and it would have been easy to give up, but I'm so glad we didn't give up, because God brought our son to us. And the verse that really was a lifeline for me was Galatians 6:9. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due time you will reap a harvest if you don't give up. And I love that, in due time, because our son was actually 2 weeks overdue from his due date, and we felt like we were overdue in our waiting, but he was right on time, and it would have been so easy to give up. But I encourage you today, if there's something you're ready to give up on that's a good thing, a God thing, don't give up, because I'm sure, as I said before, and I kind of borrowed this from Lisa Turkhurst, when Jesus was in the ground, his disciples probably thought, this is it. But what seemed like a dead end was just a detour. It was just a delay. And there came great deliverance from that seeming delay. So don't give up. I think about Abraham and Sarah. Man, they waited a really, really, really long time to have a child. But what if they would have given up? You don't want to give up and then the next day it was going to happen. If you're in a tough marriage, hang in there. Stay faithful to the Lord and ask him for strength. Don't give up. If you are waiting on a child, don't give up. God always, thanks, Ashley. God doesn't always answer things in the way we think. I think about Holly Girth and how, she wanted to be a mom, and then God brought her a daughter. I think Lavelle was, 20 or something like that, and she didn't give up. And she's also a mother to many through her writing and her mentorship. I had a friend who was waiting to get married, and she was engaged to a guy and just knew it wasn't right. And she was, I think at the time, probably in her mid-30s, but she broke that off because she knew it wasn't right. And then she got married when she was 42 to the man of her dreams. And that was not her plan, but God came through in that situation and was faithful. And she is so glad that she didn't give up. So our life does not always turn out how we want it to, but don't give up. If God has told you to hang on, he will give you the strength to hang on, even when you feel like you can't. So Galatians 6:9 again, do not grow weary and lose heart, for in due time you'll reap a harvest if you don't give up. And the other thing is too, sometimes we can misinterpret the answer to things. I talked about this last week. Answers to prayer. Sometimes God answers things in a way we don't expect, and we don't want to miss that. My husband gave a sermon one time about, I think it's Anna and is it Simeon in the Bible, who recognized the Lord when they saw him, and they had been waiting. They were elderly, I believe, so they had been waiting their whole life to see the Messiah. And a lot of the Jews missed him because they were looking for a literal king, not necessarily the King of Kings. But Anna and Simeon, I'm hoping I'm saying the names right, they recognized the Messiah because they had spent their life, living for him and knowing him. So when he came, they recognized him. So don't miss answers to prayer when they're unexpected. Ask God to give you eyes to see those things. But I want to go back to my company because I don't want to be a rude host, but I sure want to say hi to you guys today. And remember, detours aren't necessarily dead end dreams, because when you go on a detour, it is going to get you where you're going eventually. And a lot of times, God can teach us important lessons through our delays and our detours that are needed, and they make the destination so much sweeter than had we just, gone 75 miles an hour there in the first place. So I hope you're encouraged. I hope you have a great weekend unwinding. Tomorrow on the blog, there'll be a little tip of a way to unwind, and I hope that you guys all have a great day. Absolutely. I love meeting with you guys, but I also want to be present with my sister-in-law too, because she stopped by. Don't you love, there's certain people that can just, stop by. She did call first, but that you're like, I don't have to pretty up everything because she's going to be okay. Those are true friends, aren't they? So, that we've reached that point in our friendship when I show up with no makeup, right? The problem is they you can save these videos forever. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, restoration project, day number 9, detours are not dead ends. I hope you're encouraged. I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I am so thankful for you. Thank you for taking the time to join me, and I will see you here on Monday at 1:30 Eastern Time. And I don't think I forgot anything else, so that is a good thing. All right, talk to you later. Katie M. Reed from kdmreed.com.